Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the video. My name is Bradley, also known as the Swim Coach. Today, we're going to look at the players that you could potentially use for game week 10. Why you want to use them, who you're going to switch out, potential, the top transfers in and out this week. But if you also want to join my league, the code is going to be up here, or there'll be a link down in the description with all of my socials as well. So let's get into it. Let's see what we have. So, Um, a lot of scouting reports at the moment. It was good to see Saka playing a bit, especially last week, um, and against Preston in the League Cup the other night. But as you can see, he's on that list of the top transfers in. Now, this is my big worry. Someone coming in. Yes, Monday Night Football against Fulham. 38% of people are starting to pick him, and Wesley's gone up as well. He was, I think, 3.1, if I remember rightly, on the last week's. So he's gone up. Salah's gone up a lot. Saka's come back in. Now this one, I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm not going to say it. A lot of players are probably transfer him in from someone like Lewis Dunk, who's got injured. I've got Lewis Dunk in my team. He's a potential player that I've done a little bit look at, but as you can see, not great for Wolves at the moment. So, do I want to do that? I'm not sure. I don't like this 3.2 points per match. That's my issue. Um, he did score, um, but yeah, I'm still not liking it. So we'll have to see. Um, Now let's just check all the defenders. So Keane is another one. With Everton playing Southampton, so that could be a nicer option as well. Virgil van Dijk, Liverpool playing Brighton, so maybe. But these are players that are coming in, so it's quite nice. Lewis is another one that's been being shown a lot. 15% of people, and that 4.8 million. But Keane is probably the better value because he's low on value, but he's getting the points out of it. 3.9 is the eighth best. So he is in that top 10 categories ranked defenders. So that is a good shout for Keane. Taylor as well for Southampton, with them playing against Everton, so potential. But for me, I'm I'm actually going to probably look at maybe here. Got the Fulham game coming up. So away at Wolves, home to Fulham, and then Villa may be the bit of a dodgy one. But you've got the transfer, the international break where you could potentially look at switching him out. Then they've got some hard ties, easy-ish. So yeah, but from January onwards till March, they've got a nice little run. So we'll see on that. Even a Tottenham player you could potentially, but they are got Villa, and Villa are scoring. So for me, that's going to be an interesting one. Uh, Ashley Young, again, he's the ninth best defender on points. In the last three games, he's averaged 6 points. So that could be another potential for someone like Ashley Young. The problem is, he's only actually picked up one yellow card, which I'm a bit surprised at. Did pick up a red card at the start. So he did get those -2 points. But the last 5 games, 6, 5, 6, 6, 6. So he's averaging like 5.9 a game. So I think that is what you probably got to look at there. But we'll see. I'll check some stuff out and see. Leicester, well, Leicester got Ipswich, so could be a bit of a hard one. You could potentially have Saliba in for Gabriel. You save you a bit of money. But is Gabriel going to be fit? I don't know. Especially with Arsenal having that lunchtime kickoff. Now let's talk about the top midfielders. Okay. Now, is there anyone out there that's standing out? This is gone. Well, Bowen coming, but he's a bit pricey. Iwobi, lovely against his old club. Got Brentford, Palace and Wolves, and nice. Got the away game against Spurs, so hopefully he does a good handful there. Then he's got Brighton and then Arsenal, so tricky one. And then in December, Liverpool as well. Christmas period, reasonably good run. So Wobie, maybe. Winks, Rogers. Rogers has only got that 21, 3.9. So he's a bit of a tough one. So we'll have to see with that. Now, I did have something planned and talking about Eze, but he did go off in the EFL Cup against Spurs. Was it? No. Yeah, it was Spurs. No. Went off during the EFL Cup. So that's why he's got that hamstring issue, but we'll have to see on that. The Foden's still down, but he's 9.3. He was at 9.5, gone down to 9.2, it's gone back up. So that's somewhere you've got to look at when they do those changes of transfers. Someone like Madison could be a good shout. But hey, Wood, I'm surprised Wood's one of the top forwards coming in. But he has got a little bit of a mark on him, a little knock. So again, we have to see on that. Now, I was talking about Nicholas Jackson in the last video about talking about planning for. And again, after the Arsenal game, so week 10, yes, against United, week 11 against Arsenal. But after that, there's got a 3-game nice little run. Maybe the Villa game could be a bit of a tricky one. But then they've got, from the Spurs game onwards, got a nice fixtures running. So potentially waver up your options. Even the Haaland is another one that's been up there on the list. But let's have a look back at the overalls. So it is quite interesting. Even Welbeck has been doing really well. Biggest run he's had. 4th on the top points per match. Again, loving Danny Welbeck. But as you can see, they do have 2 fixtures coming up that are very tricky. Away to Liverpool and home to City. That could be a bit of a bear bug for you guys. Transfers out. Gabriel potential because he's not. Ollie Watkins just not getting some of it right. With hard fixtures coming up as well. People taking those fixtures in consideration. Diaz, I'm surprised because I thought Jota being out, Diaz may come in. So that's my little qualm about this one. But a value of 7.9 is a bit of I would potentially have like someone like Solanke over um, Diaz. But that's about it on that. Havertz is another one that's um, out. Um, yes, against Newcastle and Chelsea coming up. But remember, Chelsea being his former club, may want to try and do one over them. You never know. Uh, Gordon is another one that's been transferred out. Saka and Haaland, gee, they're on both lists here. People are not sure what they want to do. And I agree. I'm up in that mind as well. But you have a look at the top points of all the players. Okay. We've got Salah, takes penalties. Palmer, penalties. Haaland, penalties. Brian Numba, penalties. Saka, penalties. So there's the top 5, all are taking penalties. So it's going to be interesting. Now, if you did have Salah all the way through, and you had him double captain the whole way through as well, yeah, you'll be like, what? You're 5 points better off than Palmer. Hey, it's an interesting one because you could save yourself what 2.7 million, 2.7 million from Salah to Haaland, and then you could potentially have Palmer in your team. So you could potentially have Salah, Palmer, and then go with some like Wood, um, Wood, Welbeck, and Jackson as your forwards. Whoa, that could be a very interesting lineup there. But, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm going to quickly show you these beautiful fixtures coming up. You guys can have a look at what you think. Now, City losing the other night, or last night against Spurs in the EFL Cup. Bournemouth have been on a bit of a flyer, so that could be another interesting one. Arsenal travelling up to Newcastle. I don't like this game. I would prefer it to be in the evening kickoff, not the early kickoff. So that could be very interesting. Palace on the rise. Wolves not doing well. That could be a big game. 2 big games I'm going to look at, and that is Ipswich, Leicester, and then Southampton, Everton. That could be an interesting one. Sunday night. Well, Sunday has got big games. You've got Spurs, Villa, United, Chelsea. Will United have their new manager in place for that game, or will he just be in the stands? You don't know. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. I know it's a short one, and we're just talking about players and what we think, top players in and out. But it is hard because of you've got to try and get the right balance between all of them, and also you want to save your teams for your what like transfers for the next week when you know you potentially have harder fixtures, or do you want to keep it the same this week and next week, and then it's the international week, so you can then get 3 transfers for the next week. That could be an interesting one as well. But again, if anyone does want to join my league, the code is going to be up here. And ladies and gentlemen, have a lovely time. And I will be doing a live stream on Saturday morning, ready for the deadline time. So have a lovely time and take care.